Now let's get lively.
Follow me, Hunt. I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. Oh, don't be scared, homie. I'm not surprised, motherfucker. Grab his dick and twist it.
Oh my god, dude, it's an MMA fight, dude.
Twist that dick. Twist his dick.
Tradies and gentlewomen, it is indeed time for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching along at home. This is the Eggplant Tornado podcast, the fight podcast for the common man, and alright, stop, collaborate and listen. Eggplant's back and the boys are still bitching. I'm here with the one and only, the man, the myth, the legend, the Griff. How you doing this week, buddy?
About as good as I deserve to be doing. How you doing?
It's a fucking ambiguous answer, isn't it?
You know me.
Take that how you want it.
Yeah.
Speaking of taking things, I'm taking things.
Be taken.
Feels like the people are taking from us without doing any giving back.
I mean, it'd be good if they went over to whatever social platform that they do use other than TikTok and just get behind us. Eggplant Tornado podcast on everything, and then there's also the Veggie Bake on YouTube.
For any of our other worldly opinions,
Help us, help you.
enjoy
yourselves.
yourselves.
You can share me a Coke.
What do we
He's
got in
quick
store
with
for the
it.
people this week?
Let's go fucking reopen this bad boy. So we got, believe it or not, stock standard.
Stock standard.
Except it's a little different. No room this week, so
Yeah, I'm just kind of going to be rambling, saying a couple of
Hit it.
things. There's been some announcements, some results, some fucking shit talking as per fucking usual.
there's been some things.
Yeah.
Then we got Wood versus Lara reactions, Conlan versus Lopez reactions, Shields versus not even gonna bother
Cornetto.
the Cornetto. Yeah. And the UFC card got Kai France versus Albanese. So he's fighting. Is that former president?
Current Prime Minister.
Current.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really keep up to date with.
Get him, Albo.
I mean, it's interesting to see him take. Going from. Running a country.
Politics. I didn't think he'd actually be able to make that weight either, but
He's a big boy.
yeah, he was a big boy, but he's been able to cut to 125 apparently, so
I mean, big,
fucking, I'd like to see what he rehydrates to overnight.
yeah. Just got the Pereira fucking.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. He's putting on 40 easy.
That's kgs, not even pounds. And then something we'll see in Alboni, I'm
Oh,
sure.
yeah, something we'll see in that Bernie.
And if not,
fucking point in time. If not, yeah, maybe
use
everybody
your
gets a week off.
imagination.
Yeah.
I guess.
Fucking go home and send your own Bernie.
Stand it right up. I think that's what Froom's doing.
Alrighty, once again, I'm just scrolling to find a couple of fucking little bits and pieces here. But why don't we start with, I don't know, what would probably be some of the biggest news of the week. We had Tyson Fury. Well, we had Tyson Fury over here talking a bunch of shit about, I'm going to have a fight in Australia. Like, I didn't even notice you did that. Talking about going to have a fight in Australia potentially, and then all of a sudden he just tweets at Anthony Joshua in the middle of the week and says like, "Hey, I've sent you over a draft contract for a fight at Wembley in September. This is the fight that people deserve. I'm not going to make a million videos and fucking deadlines and stupid shit like this. Just get back to me." Like legit, like real weird, like hat in hand, fucking like, I fucked up.
Yeah.
Help me fix boxing, please.
Okay. Well, I mean, it just depends if it goes through and he goes through with what he says.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, there's going to be one email back from Joshua's people and they're going to go, yeah, fuck yeah, we'll take the fight.
Yeah.
Let's do it. And then he's just going to go, Monday? Like, that's fucking, it's game over. He's just going to get online. He's going to be a fuckwit again.
Yeah.
Unless it's like his handlers, which I assume he has, just fucking like
John.
take his shit off him. Just like, you're not allowed online. You're going into fucking camp and you're training for the fight. That's it.
You heard it, John. Is Tommy Fury his brother?
Yeah, half brother.
Half brother. So John's like
Obviously
both their
from a
dads.
better looking mum.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. I feel like he's got to do us a favor. Get fucking Tyson, no phone, no cocaine. Just, through camp.
One or the other.
I reckon both.
You could try for both.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Week on, week off.
Yeah, maybe 1-1.
Give him a
1-1.
phone when he's not on coke and give him coke when he's not on phone.
Yeah. Good idea. That's brilliant.
Figured it out. We fixed the Furies.
Yeah, I mean, sorted. And then,
Sorted.
and then,
Oh.
you can just
Piece of piss, mate.
probably just abort Tommy. It's not too late, I don't think.
6,000 week trimester abortion.
Yeah. I mean, that'll both them things just help boxing.
It's moments like this where I remember why we hired for him.
Yeah.
Hired's an ambiguous word. None of us get paid here.
Yeah.
Just pay with my fucking blood and fucking bags under my eyes. Anyway, speaking of paying for things in blood, we've got Usman and Chimaev being announced for, I believe it's like UFC 295 probably later on in the year.
It's a terrible fight for Usman.
Oh, yeah.
Chimaev's like so much bigger.
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly. I think it's at 185 too.
Yeah.
Makes it even worse.
Yeah, because Usman's not that big of a 170 really.
Like
he's just stocky.
He's that's what I mean. He's thick, but he's not tall.
No. No, fuck no. Oh yeah, I don't like that for him at all.
Like, have you ever seen that video of after Jan beat Izzy, and like Usman was like shaping up to him at an event like a couple of weeks later, like friendly kind of thing, but they were like standing in front of each other, like facing off kind of shit. And Jan looked like a monster compared to Usman.
Yeah.
And Usman wasn't like, I think he was like close to being in camp kind of shit. I think it might have been maybe a couple of months out from the first Edwards fight. So he would have been like training, but he would have been at his walking around weight too. And yeah, Jan looked huge.
Yeah, which is fucking, I don't know. Yeah, I don't like that for Usman either at 170 or 185. I feel like it's horrible both.
Yeah, 100%, especially at 185. Because like Chimaev's going to come in at like fucking nearly 200 pounds. Probably more.
Yeah, he'll probably come in at like 205.
He's just going to wrestle fuck him and destroy him on the feet. Not even like, I think Usman's a more technical striker, but I don't think he has the power to do anything to someone like Chimaev.
No, I feel like
Chimaev
he'll be shocked.
Exactly. He'll just walk through his shot.
Yeah, he'll walk through him and then put big shots on Usman. So yeah, I feel like that's terrible for Usman. But
it's an interesting fight for him to take.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's a weird fight for him to take because it doesn't really lead him anywhere if he wins. Like if he wins, it doesn't lead him to a title shot.
It doesn't lead him to a title shot, but he leads him to campaign at 185 maybe. But that's the thing. He's never going to go up and fight Izzy. So
no, I don't think he has long left. His knees are all like fucked out.
Yeah, well, maybe that's it. Maybe he's just fucking going, all right, I'll just... maybe this is just his, like, swan song kind of thing. He's going, all right, I'll do this. If I get fucked up by comes out at 185, I will just I'll just fucking call it quits. And he said, but if for some reason I just keep winning at 185, I'll just keep fighting.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it all just depends how he goes. He's picking, like, a horrible first fight at 185, though. Like, he's just going to get wrestled.
Yeah, it's a fucking, like, I don't know. It's I don't even know. Like, it's not a, there's no part of this that, like, computes in my head about it working out well for him. What part of this is supposed to, like, work well for him? Where does he have an advantage in this fight?
I feel like he feels like it's on the feet.
Like I said, technically it is, but...
Until he goes out there and gets cracked.
Yes.
Or like...
Until he throws a shot, comes out, like, half blocks it, half catches it on the fucking chin, and just walks through and lands a fucking right hand on him.
Or like, the people up at that weight are like, the leg kicks and shit, if his knees are already fucked.
Yeah.
Like, Chimaev's not like a big kicker, I don't feel, but like...
And he's not strong enough to, like, he can't... If he, like, catches a leg kick and then goes, oh, fuck, I'm going to shoot, like, tries to grab Chimaev's just going to ragdoll him.
Yeah, that wrestling, that's, like, so
He's
unfair.
probably stronger than him. I know he's taller than him. He's definitely longer than him.
I haven't asked this question in a while. We're throwing back to one of the first episodes here. Who do you reckon has the weirder looking balls? Like, you got to imagine Usman's got them, like, the big black watermelons.
I imagine Chimaev's balls have cauliflower ears.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, like, is the lip to ball cleftness there? I don't know.
Clef sack. Oh, man. It's so fucking funny.
Shout out, Malone, love you.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
Hang on. And now I need to scroll back to my little fucking note section here. What else have we spoken about?
I don't know.
We spoke about that. We spoke about These. Fucking hell. Where are you? Ah, Freemy, we need you to be organized. Because I sure as fuck aren't. I'm not sure how interesting this is, but I mean, it's weird as fuck. Like, it makes sense for Izzy to be there, but did you know Pereira was at the No Limit card the other night?
Yeah.
Why?
I feel like
Why is he over here?
just to fuck with Izzy. I feel like he's trying to get the trilogy.
Really?
Yeah. He's going to go for, like, he's going up to fight the only guy that's other than him that's beaten Izzy in MMA.
Yeah, that's true.
So if he just goes and beats him, I guarantee he goes back down and asks for a rematch.
Yeah, that probably makes sense.
I don't know why he would have come all the way to Australia for that though. Like in reality, his fight's not that far away, is it?
No, it's only like a couple of months.
No, he wouldn't be in camp yet then.
It's like, hang on.
Probably just a big fan of Nikita, to be honest.
Loves him.
Can't blame him.
Yeah, who fucking knows? That's real strange.
But I reckon just to fuck with Izzy.
Most likely, that would be the more
Yeah.
than likely fucking thing.
Yeah.
We've also got some weird news surrounding Australia. So, apparently, well, surrounding the heavyweight division in the UFC and then surrounding Sydney. Supposedly, there's been a complete breakdown of this Jones and Stipe fight happening.
Yeah. Do you have any news on that yet?
Any news on what?
What's happening with it?
No, I've got no idea.
Because I read, I don't know how like good the source is. I just kind of read past it kind of thing that Stipe had to pull out.
No, I haven't. Like, I've got a little bit of a fucking story. Apparently, the rumors are coming from Chael Sonnen talking to Brendan Schaub, so I'm not really fucking sure. But the only thing that's been said, yeah, Stipe's on an extended layoff. Apparently, yeah, he was supposed to be fighting John Jones. Apparently, Chael's hearing strong rumors that a potential John Jones versus Sergey Pavlovich clash is in the works for August. He said, I'm hearing strong rumors that Stipe and Jones is going to go up in flames and that Sergey Pavlovich versus Jones is happening in August. I'm hearing strong rumors on that. It's strong enough that I can say it's at least being pursued. Sonnen further claimed that the fight is possibly being targeted for UFC 293 in accordance with President Dana White's confirmation of plans to hold a major event in Sydney. And then the next quote is, if you did have partners in Australia, and it says ... you promised them Izzy, and then says, look, and then in brackets, the UFC can't deliver, but I can bring you Jones and Pavlovich. Are we good? ? They would probably say, yeah, we're good. Which, fuck oath, man. I'd go see John Jones fight Pavlovich in Sydney.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say no to that.
No, it's, yeah.
Pretty bitchin' fight.
It's a short fight, but a dope fight.
Yeah. Fucking,
I don't see it lasting long.
It's one of those things. It's like, I think Izzy versus Whittaker is probably a more interesting fight.
We've seen it so many times.
We've seen it so many times, but if anyone's got the capability to, well, it's been proven that Pereira can do it kind of thing. But he's also been worked out. Like, Izzy's figured that fucking, like, I don't think there's anything new Pereira can bring to the table. I think Whittaker potentially can.
Yeah. Whittaker could like use his
like,
wrestling a lot
I was about to say,
more.
if he mixes in wrestling heavily with like the precision of his striking and stuff like that, he might be able to get it done.
Yeah. Yeah, and Whittaker's not like, like pillow hands either. He cracks pretty hard.
Yeah, 100%.
It's just like, yeah, Izzy's good at like moving with shots and yeah. Like that last fight that Whittaker and Izzy had was like pretty close.
Yeah, it was. It was definitely
it was like contested.
closer than some of Izzy's other fights for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
That have gone to decision.
I mean, both them fights on the card would be dope.
Oh yeah, can you imagine that?
And then just a face off between Jones and Izzy.
Oh.
Izzy wouldn't take that fight now that Jones is like as big as he is.
No, because Izzy would have to fucking. I think if anything, that's a super fight that happens in a couple of years. Izzy like does what he needs to do, kind of thing. I reckon Jones will probably like take another 1 or 2 fights and here's like the hypothetical situation. Jones take another 1 or 2 fights and retires, right?
How many?
Francis is never coming back. Those bridges have been burned. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in a second. But maybe like 4 years down the track, we'll say, kind of thing. Jones has still got that fucking like fire in his chest a little bit, kind of thing. Izzy's like right at the very fucking end of his career, or maybe he's even called it quits like 6 months or something beforehand. And Dana just goes, "Hey, put on fucking 40 pounds, fight this cunt for like $50 million each.
Mm.
Like, because everyone in the fucking world and his dog will tune in to watch that fight.
Well, I know Rosie would be keen. to
Oh,
see it.
100%.
You know, I'm sure I could speak on Froom's behalf here. Marley would be there.
And I will buy a dog for the occasion.
Yeah. I mean, you got to. But yeah, I don't know. It'd be. I mean, Jones is just going to get a hold of him and
Yeah.
like embarrass him. I reckon Jones would try and make it embarrassing if they ever fought. He'd just try to hold him down and like raw dog him in the middle of the cage.
Yeah,
or
pretty
something.
much. Like you said, I don't think it's going to be a very fucking long fight.
No, they got like
But-
full on proper beef them two. It's so weird. Like
Him and Pavlovich.
no, Jones and Izzy.
Oh, yeah, they do.
I
Like, they hate it. Like, it's not even just like, oh, I'll beat you kind of shit. Like, they full on, like, insult each other. Like, fucking.
They hate each other. Dude.
Yeah, 100%.
Even like Izzy's teammates kind of go after Jones a bit.
Which would be, yeah, it's like, it's one of those things that'd be worth investing in the fucking rivalry later on down the track. But speaking of rivalries, we've got some fucking weird shit being thrown around this fucking past week. All right, so can't remember where it started, but I think it was with someone questioning Dana about the whole Francis PFL thing, and he obviously, you know, like a scorned ex, just kind of fucking went off, like fucking, oh, this and that, and we offered him this, and fucking no, and fucking I'm bald and hitting misses, and fucking no, Batman.
I still can't get over the facts. Keep your point in your head. This will be real quick. He started a whole ass league just to cover the point that he slapped his missus.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Can like show us that you have heaps of money without saying that you have heaps of money.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
I can make things disappear.
Yeah. So right on.
While using like I'm gonna make a league around the thing that I did.
Yeah. Yeah. Not even.
So it's actually probably like the most genius move of all time. Hey,
so genius. Maybe it was planned. I don't know.
maybe.
You
Who
never know.
knows? Anyway, yeah. So he was talking about Francis, then Francis was talking about him, and then like, I don't know. Francis. Somebody asked Francis about John Jones, and he said something about it, like, oh, you know, like that fight never happened, or fucking some shit like that, and like saying he's the best. And then John Jones tweeted back at him saying something like, oh yeah, it's real fucking, like real tough to say that you're the like baddest man on the planet from the other side of the street. And Francis just replies, we'll cross the street.
Yeah, that was pretty gangster.
That was pretty fucking gangster.
I mean, for someone that definitely didn't write it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like, who's his manager? That
Whoever his social media manager is, yeah, killed that shit.
Abdul. Is it that Abdul guy, the bald guy? He's fucking got a weird shape.
Ali
head.
Abdelaziz.
That was close. Yeah, him. I swear that that's Francis' manager because it's Usman's manager.
Oh yeah, maybe it is actually.
Yeah, I don't see him writing it either. He's a fucking weirdo.
But we had that. Then we had fucking like some other strange ass like. It was on the Rogan podcast. Can't remember who he was talking to, but Rogan essentially said like, "Oh, in a boxing match, like Fury like easily beats John Jones." He said, "But if you lock them in a dark room together, John Jones murders Tyson Fury."
100%.
1000%. Like, if you're seeing this, Tyson, like, don't exist in any fucking hypothetical realm where, oh, I'm going to box him and I'm going to do this. He'll fucking kill you.
Well, there's like a reason that Fury keeps going. If I'm doing it, it's boxing.
Yeah.
Because he knows what happens.
Yeah.
In like, you know, a world outside of boxing.
So, yeah, he started saying, like, he obviously, like, goes on, like, a little bit of a tweet. So I'm like, oh, Joe's fucking midget shit talker and fucking this and that. And then John just casually replies of just like, oh, come on, man. You want to come over to the cage? I'm sure Dana had sorted it out for you.
Yeah.
Like, just fucking come here, you little bitch. I'll twist your fucking head off.
I mean, yeah, I feel like Tyson knows that. It's like what Joe said was like 100% spot on.
Yeah, it's it.
In a
And
boxing match,
like,
Fury kills Jones.
like, he's not, like, he's had Tyson on before. He's friends with
Yeah.
Tyson Fury. He's not saying it because, like, oh, I want to get onto Tyson Fury's skin. He's saying it because Joe Rogan's a realist.
Yeah. Fury can't handle criticism.
No, not at all.
Like, look at that Gronk. What was that fucking guy that had him on? The bald-headed git.
What guy?
The bald, fat, bald dude.
You need
English
more
dude.
context.
English dude. Tyson went off on him for asking him about
Oh,
a
True
fight.
Geordie.
Yeah, that dude. Yeah, he like asked him simple ass questions. It wasn't even anything out of like
No, like,
controversial.
obviously it was more pointed questioning than, like he'd ever got from any fucking journalist. But like, yeah, he wasn't sitting there like you're a fuckwit.
No.
Like he was, trying to ask the right questions in the best
Yeah.
way that he could. And yeah, Tyson was just fucking obviously couldn't get onto his fucking dealer that day and just
Yeah.
was having a bit of a fucking come down.
I mean, it's just like criticism. He like, as soon as he gets like the slightest bit of criticism, he's like, has a fucking tanty.
Yeah, like 100%. If Joe Rogan goes on his podcast and says, if, you put Anthony Joshua and John Jones in a boxing ring, Anthony Joshua is probably going to fucking, beat the shit out of him. But if you put him in a dark room together, John Jones will kill him.
Yeah.
AJ would see that and reply and be like, yeah, fuck oath he would.
Yeah.
Like,
that's why I don't do MMA.
Exactly. Like he wouldn't sit there and be like, no, fucking no.
Yeah.
Like, why are you getting your back up about it?
Yeah. It's so strange to like, especially to go after Rogan, who's like, yeah, got a good relationship with Fury.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. He had him on and like to be honest, there's a, obviously Deontay Wilder's a big part of why Tyson Fury is a thing again.
Yeah.
He literally there's one of the best fucking videos of all time, man. Like, I'm sure you've seen it. It's from like the second press run for the fight.
Wilder.
And Wilder's losing his shit at him, man. And he's like, remember when I found you? He's like, you were blown up the size of a house, ready to kill yourself. Don't you ever forget who brought you back to big time boxing. Don't you ever forget who put food on your family's table. And Tyson Fury's sitting, it cuts to him and he just sits there and he just takes the mic away from his mouth and just stares in the middle distance for a second.
Yeah.
And he's like, fuck, he's right.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
as 99% of the shit that comes out of Deontay Wilder's mouth is bullshit, but that was one of the truest things he has ever and it cut him to the core.
Oh yeah, it would. But it's like, yeah, such a fucking, it's like, have you ever seen Eddie Alvarez and Conor? Like talking, Conor's like boasting about money and Eddie Alvarez is like, you came from welfare. Don't you ever talk to me about money? And Conor's just like, oh.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, well, how can you argue with like pure fucking truth?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you look at where Fury was on the comeback. He was just fucked.
It's interesting watching
Speaking
people...
about comebacks, Griff. Just oh my fucking god. Just cover myself these days. Don't even fucking. I don't even need anyone else to say it.
Who needs the segue?
What were you saying? Sorry.
What was I saying? I can't even remember. Something about Fury. Yeah, it's just weird how fucking butthurt he gets about the stupidest fucking comments. Like,
Yeah.
it's a comment from someone who knows what they're talking about, admittedly, but it's just
Yeah.
a random comment from somebody who's like probably 4 whiskeys deep, his second podcast for the day. He's fucking been up since 5 a.m., murdered an elk with his bare hands, then fucking made a bong out of its skull and fucking just had like gravity hits before he gets on the fucking podcast. Like,
All of this while high as fuck on DMT.
yeah, 100%.
Like he killed the elk.
Dude,
on
it's
DMT.
like, it's one of those things. It's like, it's an offhanded comment. Like, don't take it to fucking heart. It's true, but
Yeah.
don't take it to fucking heart.
Yeah, I'm sure Rogan didn't mean it with any like
No.
ill will. He would have been like, oh, it's what would happen, like in reality.
It's one of those things, man. It's like, do you think that he takes it to heart because it's Joe Rogan saying it and he has a personal relationship with him? Or like, does Tyson Fury happen upon our podcast and start grumbling to himself in his phone? And his missus is like, what's wrong? He's like, oh, these 3 random cunts from Australia that have 180 subscribers on YouTube said that I'm a fuckwit. I'm going to get him. Like,
Yeah.
what? Calm down. It's okay.
Yeah, he needs to relax.
Yeah.
But like, you look at his dad, how much his dad like blows up at the randomest shit.
Yeah.
So you're like, yeah, that's obviously where he gets it from.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to see what their mums look like. I'm going to look at that after.
I wonder.
Because he's got, who's Huey? Is he a brother as well?
Cousin.
Okay.
Huey.
Because he's like, he looks like a mix of Fury and
He looks
Tommy.
like Sloth from the Goonies.
Never seen it.
Yeah.
But he's got a name Sloth. I can tell you. Yeah. I could probably take your word for it.
Lives in the sewers.
Sloth.
Alrighty.
Sloth's a dope, eh?
But let's move on to probably our biggest bit of news for the week. And like I said to you in the group chat, fuck, this day is going to be huge. We'll talk
Oh.
about why afterwards.
Girthy.
But
Girthin from Burthen.
oh my God, it seems like we finally have Errol Spence Jr. versus Terence Crawford confirmed for July 29th.
Hallelujah. I wonder what happened to finally get it happening.
Well, Remy was explaining this to me during the week, right?
Yeah. Well, he's a big man
Apparently,
to know, yeah.
apparently they've taken the managers completely out of it and they're communicating literally on a personal level.
Yeah. I seen a video, it might have been older, but it looked pretty like recent, but it was just like them two talking backstage somewhere.
No, that was maybe like a year or two ago or something like that. But
Okay.
they recently did I think they did one of those Zoom interviews where there's like an interviewer and then they're both on the same line kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fumi was explaining to me during the week that apparently they've taken the managers completely out of the equation. They've been communicating personally, like having phone calls and text exchanges and stuff like that. So it works way better because Crawford's a free agent. And if they work out between them what they want, Spence can just go back to Al Heyman and go, this is what it is. Like, he's happy with this. If we give him this, then that's all we want kind of thing. Instead of managers going back with legal fucking jargon,
Yeah.
all that kind of
And
shit.
they've got like a personal vendetta against each other. So they're like, oh, I'm trying to get this.
Exactly.
So yeah, now that it's just like Crawford and then working with Spence and whoever he works with.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope that we're going to get that fight now.
Dude, it's going to be fucking amazing. And then, like we mentioned before, it happens on a very interesting day.
I had like something mad that I wrote down. Not wrote down, but I wrote in the chat. I can't.
Well, you look for it while I explain what's happening. So on July 29th, we are supposedly getting, if this fight is confirmed and happening, we're going to have Spence versus Crawford and fucking Gaethje versus Poirier too on the same day. And that's that fucking, like, that absolute baller card that has fucking... Dude, I can't remember the fights. I'm like pretty sure like Ferguson's on it. We got like fucking Wonder Boy versus like Michael Chiesa or something like that.
Yeah,
so it's like Kung Fu versus Kung Fu. Kevin Holland opens the card. Derek Lewis is on the card. Fucking dude, it's just fucking wall to wall fucking banger fights. And then yeah, you can imagine Spence versus Crawford is going to have a pretty decent undercard.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be huge. I figured it out. The two main events are like sushi. You got Spence and Crawford, that are the seaweed. And then like Gaethje and Poirier is just that rice that holds everything together, you know what I mean?
Who's the meat?
Just, I don't know, I'd have to look into the cards a bit. Medicine. I mean, I guess the fans are the meat that day.
No, actually, no. That's actually quite a good analogy. You could say that the undercards and all of that are like the real meat of everything because they're the consistency. And then like you said, like the other two are the sushi and the rice. They hold everything together. They bring it all.
Oh, yeah, they just hold it together and they make it, what it is. That's a fucking hell of a day. Early predictions for the both. Like, obviously not a full in-depth one, but I'm not gonna give like what rounds and shit I think, but I'm gonna go Bud, Crawford, and Poirier. I feel like they'll both get it done.
Okay, that's interesting. I think this is the fight where Spence proves himself.
Yeah, it's a good fight to do it, and I mean everything that he's gone through in his career, he's always had that in the background. You know what I mean?
And I agree with you on the UFC. Poirier's just too he's too clear-headed in a firefight.
Yeah.
Gaethje will just swing for the fences. He'll step wrong one time. Poirier will catch him. It'll be lights out.
I feel like it's going to be a real technical fight now that Gaethje fights the way he does. Like, he doesn't fight the same way he did when they fought.
The
before.
moment will overtake him at some point in time.
Yeah, like he will. Yeah, he does get into them firefights, but I feel like Poirier will trap him into one, and then we've seen what Poirier does in the firefights. He stays calm and lands like crisp shots.
Yeah, he really does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Is there all right, actually there is one more thing to talk about quickly before we move on to any of our breakdowns or anything for the week. Well, two things, because we're not going to talk about this in the breakdowns, but we had Lawrence Okolie losing his WBO cruiserweight title this morning to Billiam Smith. Absolute fucking shambles of a fight, man. Okolie went down 3 times, lost points for excessive holding, fucking complaining to the ref about a bunch of shit. It was really like the unshackling of, like, he was one of those people that was sort of a little bit protected. He was just sort of fed some easy touches, got the title, then had a couple. Sorry, had a couple of
coughs.
had a couple of title defenses rather than actually like doing any unification or anything like that. Even though people were calling him out, people like Diapatea and stuff like that.
Yeah. Who
So-
holds another belt? Hey,
He holds the IBF cruiserweight belt.
I was gonna say how did they split? How do they split titles up?
What do you mean?
Like when they decide, like, okay, we're splitting titles up. How do they decide who gets title shots?
It'll just
it
go
just
to
who's
like the
ranked
number.
in the-
Yeah, so like say if somebody's to like move up from a division kind of thing, everybody will just sort of go up one. So like if someone was in number 2, like that whoever's the number 1 contender will fight the number 2 contender for the vacant belt.
Okay.
That's just how that works.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
You might even find that Okolie moves to heavyweight after this kind of thing because he's not like I don't know, he's kind of wiry, but you could tell that he could benefit from putting on a little bit more weight and
Yeah.
fighting a bit more on like the front foot.
He's pretty big, eh?
He is. He's quite like lanky and rangy. I think with a bit more like meat on his bones. Like he could be like a bit like Deontay Wilder kind of thing, like still quick and like crafty and moving and stuff like that, but. Well, not like Deontay Wilder. I mean, like body shape like Deontay Wilder, like a little bit beefier kind of thing, but still not huge for a heavyweight.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't think you were calling
Yeah.
Wilder
No, fuck no.
crafty. I swear I've heard you call him like one of the worst boxers.
Oh, the worst.
Yeah.
So we had that
Crafty
happening
Wilder.
this morning, but
Wilder.
we also had Artur Beterbiev versus Callum Smith being announced. What's happening? I don't know what's happening. Oh god. Okay. Right. So we also had Artur Beterbiev versus Callum Smith being announced for the WBC, IBF, and WBO light heavyweight world titles.
I'd really like to
That'll
see...
be happening on your birthday.
I'd really like to see Tall win a belt.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's got like... He just seems like a good dude. Like overall. Like... and like, you know... What shots has he had? He versed Bivol and Canelo.
He didn't fight Bivol, did he?
Oh no. He was meant to?
There was talk of it at some point in time, I believe, but
Okay.
maybe no. No, he was only ever really spoken about fighting Beterbiev. This is like maybe his 4th fight at light heavyweight or something.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'd like to see him get it done. He just seems like a good, genuine dude.
Yeah.
Is he the one with, like, no, it's their little sister or something got autism or something?
Yes.
'Cause, yeah,
Or a
the-
brother or something like that. Yeah.
Her brother.
I said their
His-
brother, as in like the both
His
of
little
them.
sister's brother. But no, I reckon it's just dope, like the message they try to provide and shit.
Yeah.
Cool. And they both seem alright. Oh, Gray and Tall.
Yeah. I don't think it works out well for Smith, though. Beterbiev's just too fucking...
Yeah, he's a bit of a beast. It
Mm.
depends, like, I don't know. He has like showed holes in a couple, like his last 2 fights.
Yeah, he has, and Smith could expose them, but
Yeah.
I think Beterbiev's just going to be too strong. Then again, I've never really seen Callum Smith go down or anything like that, so
No, he took like a fair bit of damage in the Canelo fight,
he definitely did.
and he
but
like
that's
never looked like he was going down.
Canelo. Beterbiev's a different beast.
Yeah, more natural at that weight
Mhm.
and everything. Whereas Canelo just had to up his horse meat intake just to get there.
Fucking get that horsepower pumping.
Pump him a bit fuller, you know. Any news on who Canelo's fighting next?
No.
Because he wants a Bivol fight.
It seems like it's going to be the Bivol fight, considering that's been announced.
I feel like it's
That would
only
be the most
fair-
logical conclusion.
I feel like it's only fair if they are to make that fight to make it for Canelo's belt.
At 168.
Because I fought for Bivol's belt last time.
Yeah, but it's one of like Canelo's just going to fight tooth and nail because he wants to get it back at 175. He wants to win where he lost.
Not that Bivol will ever hear this, but fellow countrymen to speaking quick here. You know, just hold out. Don't let him talk you into any bullshit. Hold out for your fight, bro. You know, maybe triple G him a little bit, drag him out further into his career, and then be like, yeah, whatever, I'll fight you there.
Yeah, fucking why
Beat the
not?
shit out of him again.
Mm.
I don't know. It's a tough fight because I like both of them. Like,
Yeah, I
like
really do.
Canelo, but then Bivol's just like a classy dude.
It's going to be a different fight next time, that's for sure. Canelo's not going to fight the same way he usually has.
No. But how else does he
He's
approach it?
going to have to turn back the clock.
Fucking start moving and fucking being all crazy and shit.
Yeah, he's going to have to actually start using his head movement and he's in and out and like drawing Bivol into his fight, not fighting Bivol's fight.
Yeah, but I feel like he would try to do that a little bit, and it just
Yeah, but that's because
Bivol
of like
pulled
that's
it
because
down.
of the style he's slowly adopted over these last couple of fights of this like
Mm.
whole you're going to come to me on the ropes and I'm gonna just smack you and throw
Yeah.
you out of sorts and then I'll just be able to tee off on you until I catch you again and then it's game over. Whereas like legit, he tried to do that so many times in the Bivol fight and Bivol would just walk back to the middle of the ring, and be like, "No, I can't come here. I'm
Yeah,
just gonna jab your fucking face off."
I swear, literally at one point he was like, "Nah, you come here."
Legit, Canelo like waved him in and Bivol just shook his head. He just goes, "Nah." Just stands in the middle of the ring. He just goes, "You come here."
Yeah, I mean, what does it do for us to see that fight again at the same weight
Mm,
for
I don't know.
Bivol's belt? Like when we could just be trying to unify that division.
Yeah, it kind of makes no sense. But it's not like the division's really being held up. We've got,
Yeah.
titles potentially being moved around.
Yeah, the division's not, but like Bivol is just because Canelo's been a fucking having a tanty.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's not really fair. You're right.
And then Canelo always says, "I only fight May and September."
His his career shouldn't be on hold because Canelo wants to be a diva.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. But I mean, it'd be interesting to see, like, if that does happen.
Speaking of divas, let's move into our next fucking bit of. Oh, no, wait, hang on. No, we got to talk about breakdowns and shit first, don't we? Well, speaking of divas, Lara's a bit of a fucking diva anyway, the way he acted after the first fight.
Is he the one that spat on someone?
Yeah, he's the one that jumped out of the ring and spat on Josh Warrington.
That's filth.
Yeah.
I mean,
So it's kind of good that he's had a bad couple of days. So he missed weight by like 4.5 pounds.
yeah. So it was close.
So it's close.
4.5 pounds.
See, I had everything completely wrong. I thought that they fought at 130. So they fight at 126.
Yeah.
And he came in at like 129.6 or some shit like that.
Again, with the numbers, I just seen a 5.
What?
Because I wrote to you that I think he was 5 pounds over. I just seen a 5, but I was fucking pretty close.
Yeah, you were pretty close. So it was like, nearly 4 pounds overweight.
Any
which
news
is,
on like what caused him to be over?
No, he probably just like it's one of those things, man. Like I think he's a little bit older, so like once you start to get a little bit older, your body doesn't have that elasticity to like be able to drop all that fucking weight.
Tell me that.
He's like a little bit like thicker. Like he's not tall, but he's a little bit thicker for that kind of weight.
Yeah.
Girthier, some would say.
Yeah, I'd say.
He just wasn't able to get the fucking weight off, and then it almost seemed like it affected his cardio as well because he was really fucking tired in that fight, man.
Yeah.
Well, he was going at him for the first couple of rounds, but that's also that's what Wood had to do. He had to make it out of those first 6 rounds. Once he was able to do that, he was able to sort of fight his fight a little bit more and less of like a be on his bike, kind of just jabbing and running away. Not that he didn't do it for most of the fight, but he was able to sort of stand and actually throw shots a little bit more in those later rounds.
Yeah. He dropped him in the second.
Who?
Wood dropped Lara in the second.
Really?
Yeah. With a beautiful uppercut.
I woke up late, so I only saw from like round 5 onwards.
Yeah. Nice uppercut. Yeah. Just timed him perfect. He wasn't like, it was just like a flash knockdown. He wasn't crazy hurt or anything.
Well, the commentators were saying that Lara looked off.
Yeah, I don't know, because I didn't think he looked that great in their last fight either. Like, the boxing skill is very big between the two.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
then
definitely.
Lara's just like a fucking big puncher. So I feel like he just didn't get opportunity to land them punches today. He landed a couple, but they weren't like anywhere near like, they were a bit guarded, a bit rolled with. They weren't anywhere near as significant as they were like in the last fight. But you could still tell like they kind of rocked Lara's head back.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know if he like went through a better nutrition for this fight.
I don't know. He just seemed a bit more like composed, really. His work, like, it's weird because he was working behind that. Well, I understand why he does because he's a southpaw. So, like, the reason that you tend to find southpaws sort of standing in that stance where they'll have their like left hand sort of tucked into their chin, but their right arm hanging down at their body is because, well, for one, I've actually sort of found that it being my more dominant hand, I can throw a jab fast, like nearly as fast from there to there as I can from there to there. Like you just like throw your arm up like that kind of shit. But it also works as a double in the sense that like, your liver's constantly exposed as a southpaw.
Yeah.
So if you fight with that stance, you can sort of like roll shots off the shoulder, but also have that arm constantly there to protect somebody like faking a jab and coming in for a liver shot.
Mm-mm.
So it's an interesting tactic against a power puncher like Lara as well, but it worked out for him.
Yeah, I mean, it did this round, like this go.
I don't know if Lara's going to stay at that weight.
How old is he?
I'm not really sure, but like 4 pounds is a lot to miss weight by.
Yeah,
Like, it's one of those things
Yeah.
that, like, if you miss weight by like 500 grams to a kilo or fucking some shit like that, it's like, okay, like that's, you know, like you just didn't get your nutrition right. You'll probably get it right next camp kind of thing. Missing weight by like 3.5 pounds or nearly 4 pounds is like, okay, you should, like, he nearly weighed in at the next weight class.
yeah,
The next weight class is 130. He was nearly 130 pounds. He would have been fine for 130.
yeah,
Would have been 400 grams underweight.
yeah. It's weird. I mean, it was a good fight though. Yeah, it was everything we pretty much were expecting.
Well, you
except for the
predicted it
knockout.
today anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't think Wood would drop him.
coming for the fucking spot for him. That's fucking.
Come for that crown.
I'm all over it. I don't know what you picked, but can't stop me.
Cannot be finished.
Yeah, early too.
Mm.
It wasn't like it was like a real tired Lara. It was like early.
Yeah, just like you
Second.
said, just a good shot.
Beautiful shot, yeah. Earlier on that card we had Hatton, Campbell Hatton.
Yeah.
Yeah, he fought. He got a 5th round stoppage.
Okay. Body
I-
shot?
No, I don't think so. I feel like it was just like a barrage of shots kind of
Ah, okay.
things. I didn't see that fight. Yeah, I just looked at it up later. Yeah, I feel like it was like a step up in competition, which is good.
Interesting.
But yeah, it'd be interesting to see where he goes. He's like good boxer.
Yeah, his dad was pretty good.
Yeah, it'd be
I can't
interesting where
remember
he
what
goes.
weight he fights at. He lightweight?
Yeah, he's pretty light. I don't know exactly what weight.
I mean, it
but
might even be like around the same weight as like Wood or something like that. Like 126.
a little bit bigger, I'd say.
Okay.
Hard to tell on TV though. Puts on.
But that means Wood walks away with the WBO featherweight title.
He just So he pretty much just gave Lara the belt for.
Couple of months. Took
Yeah.
it back.
Yeah.
I'll have that, thanks.
Yeah, I'll take that back.
You can go home now.
Yeah.
Cheers, mate.
Wait, can you hold this for like a couple months? Take it through camp, and I'll go back next time.
Thanks for bringing it back, hey?
They seemed like they were in good spirits after the fight. Like,
Yeah, they didn't seem
homies
too
and that,
bad.
so,
Yeah.
you
Which
know.
is always good to see. But it's one of those things. Like when you punch the fuck out of some cunt for 12 rounds, it's like, what
Mm.
more can you have against them?
Unless you could beat him, Connor.
Yeah, that's also true.
I feel like that was just an issue of Khabib wouldn't have a drink with him.
You think that was the problem?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. You don't think it was the fact that Connor disrespected his religion, family, like heritage, father, you know, all of those kind of things? You think it was
Yeah.
the fact that
Maybe he's
Khabib didn't want to have a drink with him?
I mean, you see what he did to an old man at a pub.
That's also true. You make a good point.
I mean,
I'd like to subscribe to your newsletter.
yeah. I mean, it's one of the new tags in the Veggie Bake videos that
Craft Weekly.
I put up. It's just like the real Night News. Good one. That's me. I ain't fucking around anymore.
Oh, fuck him. All right. Moving on. We also had Michael Conlan losing this morning to, I believe the dude's name is Luis Alberto Lopez.
Yeah, his name was Lopez. I don't know the first bits.
Right.
Fucking crazy scenes happening here.
Oh, absolute fucking scenes at the Gabba.
Oh,
Fucking sirens picking up a bit.
yes, they are.
They're coming.
I mean, good fight for White Last. I feel like it was like 4th or 5th round stoppage. The con man just got too predictable. Kept on would lean out of a shot and then always just roll the exact same way. He was just doing it repetitively, and old mate just fucking got the read.
Just caught him with it.
Yeah, he didn't get up. It didn't look like as bad when you first saw it live. You're like, oh yeah, you'll just take like 8 and get back to it. But then he didn't. Because I kind of seen the knockdown, and that's what I thought. I was like, you'll be right, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I just had to quickly look over to a different part of the room and walk there. There was some smoke blowing. I don't know what happened. And then I returned, and there was like a bunch of people in the ring. I was like, what the fuck? So yeah.
It's, I don't know. Kind of sucks for him. He just seems like he gets to this like close to this top echelon, and then just fucking takes a step back every single time.
Because he had the belt, didn't he?
Yeah, he had the belt, and then Wood took it off him.
Just robberies happening left, right, and center.
robberies, gets knocked out through the ropes.
I mean, like, the way I look at that first
Robbed
fight,
him of
though,
his fucking soul.
the way I look at that Wood Conlan fight, like the ref could have easily just waved it off when he fucking stiffened him like a board in the first round.
Yeah, he could have also done that.
So like, yeah, but then you got like punched out of the ring, which is like, I don't know what's more brutal in that fight, because you watch the first round and you're like, holy fuck, that was brutal.
Yeah.
And then the last round, he's stiff. You can see his legs like stick together as he falls backwards out of the ropes.
Dude, it's so fucked. And the way that he, like, when he hits him and his body just goes like, It's
Yeah.
like someone turned an off switch on his back and he just goes like,
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I don't know where he goes from here. Maybe he tries to go down or up.
Nah, I don't know.
Didn't he? Because when he fought, no, I'm thinking of someone different. Never mind.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say like where he really goes from here. He's just got to fucking keep trying, really, man. I don't think he's going to do any better at a higher weight.
He's a good boxer.
He is a good boxer, but he's not
Just-
going to be able to handle. Once again, it's the same thing as Wood. He's not going to be able to go up and handle shots from anybody that hits any harder.
Nah, fuck no. Yeah, I mean, maybe the two dudes, because they were around the same weight that fought today, fight for.
Yeah, it's not a bad fight.
Yeah, I mean,
It just sucks because he's like a young kid, but it's like, you know, unless you make some serious improvements in the next couple of years, there's not really like there's younger people coming through that hit just as fucking hard. Like,
because he's known as like a puncher.
yeah,
Conway. What's his name?
Michael Conlan.
Conlan. I always think Conway. Yeah, he's like known as a puncher, but he's like a crisp boxer as well. Like,
Yeah.
his shots in that crisp.
I remember seeing like 2 or 3 of his fights before the Wood fight and being like, oh yeah, this guy's cool. Like he's
Yeah.
fucking up and coming. He's going to do well. And then, yeah, all of a sudden he's got flatlined in that Wood fight. And then it's been kind of up and down ever since.
Yeah.
He's like won 1, lost 1, like fucking.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be.
Just goes to show you that one fight can really change the course of somebody's career. Hey,
Yeah.
for good or bad.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, where's Save the Ref? Like, he does just like stiffen Wood in that fight.
Yeah.
And the ref calls it. Where does he go from there? Like, he doesn't have like, you know, that brutal knockout against him. You know, does he go on that like downward spiral that he's on?
Probably not, you would assume.
Yeah, then I mean, then does he fight Lara and then just get fucking sent to the Shadow Realm?
Oh, he gets fucked if he fights Lara. That's 100%.
Yeah, because they're both. I don't know. Yeah, that's not a great fight for either of them actually, because they both crack pretty hard.
Yeah.
I mean, that whole division's fun. The whole lighter division's just so fun.
Yeah, from like 122 all the way through to like fucking 135 are pretty interesting fucking divisions.
I wonder where Navarrete is at. He must have got like hurt in
130.
that last fight. Yeah, but yeah, I wonder where he is.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he must have got injured in that last fight.
Maybe. Yeah, I haven't actually heard anything from him for a while. I know Valdez called him out last weekend, so see how that pans out.
That's a fun fight too.
But speaking of seeing how things pan out, let's get into some previews for next weekend.
Yep.
We've got the GWOAT.
T, the throat,
Yes.
the goit of the throats.
The esophagus goat. Wonder if that's the sound she makes.
Maybe.
Anyway, we got Clarissa Shields versus Marcelia Cornejo, I would say, but I'm just going to call her Corneto because it's a lot easier.
She's Asian, right?
No, she's like Mexican, I would assume. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
sounds like Cornejo.
Which sounds Spanish.
I mean, I guess we'll see on Fight Night.
Anyway, they've fought like twice before, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Once in the amateurs, once in pros.
Might be something like that. Maybe
Usually
even twice in the pros. I'm not sure. And this is for WBA, WBC, IBF, and WBO middleweight world titles. So that's 160.
Whose belts are they though?
Shields.
Yeah, right. So yeah, she's getting challenged for him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's hard to go like bet against Clarissa.
Yeah.
It's fucking.
This girl that she's fighting is one of the only people that's knocked her down, though. Interestingly enough. But it's one of those things. It's like, yeah, you might have knocked her down earlier on in her career, but like Shields is a much better boxer. Like,
Yeah.
it feels like one of the, like, she just, it's weird to say that she just keeps getting better.
Honestly,
Not by like leaps and bounds, but there's just like little improvements that she makes to a game every
Yeah.
single time she comes back in.
Yeah. Yeah, she gets more and more crafty every time. I'd like to see Shields versus Marshall again.
It'd be like, the only reason that fight was the way it was is because Marshall fought the way she did.
Yeah.
She could have made it a different fight.
Marshall could have.
Yeah, Marshall
Yeah.
could have.
I feel like it's just an interesting fight.
Yeah.
Like, I'd like to see that again. Maybe we would have a new throat.
Well, we might have one this weekend. Who fucking knows?
Yeah, I mean, I doubt it. But
Yeah, like you said, it's like there's not much to fucking
what's Old Love's name? Cornetto or fucking some shit.
Marciela Cornejo.
Marsupial. Cornejo. Yeah, I mean, you know, all power to her, but I don't see her getting the job done.
No, probably not.
But, you know, if she's knocked her down in the past, it could make for a fun fight.
Yeah, that's it. It definitely makes it more interesting. There's that threat of fucking. There's always that threat of fucking.
There's a little bit of threat of violence.
Boxing could be boxing at the end of the day.
I mean, punches could.
But you know what's not boxing, Griff? The UFC. Speaking of the UFC, we have a UFC fight night this week.
Mind blown.
You telling me? You're fucking telling me?
You telling me that they're different? Yeah.
They sure are.
What have we got on the card?
We have, well, headlining it, we've got Kai Kara France versus Amir Albazi. But on the, interesting, headlining the prelims, we have Abubakar Nurmagomedov.
Abubakar, yeah.
Abubakar.
It's a BMX move as well.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like you go up on the ramp, you gotta have brakes to do it. Let's say that's like the top of the ramp, coping. Go up on the ramp, like stall on the ramp, and then go backwards down it.
Fuck.
And that's fucked back.
Oi, fucking suss that Abubakar over there.
It's such a weird name. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, it's like I'm not even joking. It was like a fucking actual BMX trick.
We'll get to that later. Anyway, let's quickly run through the card so that, you know, we just do that for once because we don't tend to do that. We got, you heard this dude, Jamie Malarkey, an Australian fighter?
You got a photo of him?
Yes, to some degree. That guy. What the fuck is happening right now?
No, I don't think I know him. I've seen him. Don't we need that open?
Yeah, we do need it open, but I was trying to shut the video up. Okay.
Strange things happen when you're going around the twist.
Oh, Wes Franklin when you need him.
I mean, I haven't seen him in a while, to be honest.
Who knows? Is he alive?
To be fair, this crazy car pulled up. 2 dudes in suits came in and just grabbed him.
When did that happen?
2 weeks ago.
You didn't think to mention it?
I mean, no one even recognized that I was missing. Like they took me for a week. I'm back though. Yeah, he never came back.
Interesting. We need to look into that. Anyway, yeah, so we got this Malarkey dude versus, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name, Karine Silva versus Ketlin Souza. Tim Elliott versus Victor Altamirano.
Okay, fun fact about Timmy Elliott here.
Yeah.
Have you seen anything about him recently?
No.
He's been around the UFC for a while, so he had like a small stint in the UFC and then left. Like, they probably like got rid of him and then came back and went through tough. And then he fought like Demetrius Johnson and that. But he had his best friend was like in his like training camp and shit. He got married. His wife cheated on him on their marriage night with that dude. It's like a whole crazy thing. Yeah, you look it up, like Tim Elliott marriage scandal. It's like some dude he's in camp with. So hopefully they get a fight soon. Imagine like the backstory to that.
Yeah, wonder who that is.
I can't think of that other dude's name. I only picked up a name because I know of Tim Elliott. But fucking rest in peace, that dude's mental state.
We got Jim Miller versus Jared Gordon.
Jared Gordon's the guy
That should have beat Paddy Pimblett.
yeah, okay, that's a fun fight. Jim Miller's getting on, eh?
35 and 17.
Yeah. He's been around forever.
Yeah, man. Fucking ages. And in the co-main, we got Alex Caceres or Caceres. I don't know.
He's got like crazy afro.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
And Daniel Pineda.
I don't really know Pineda well.
I've heard the name.
Yeah, I've heard the name. On any fight with that Alex dude is super fun. He's a crazy character. Him and Yair Rodriguez fought like early. Fuck, it was the most entertaining fight because they both got the same kind of style.
Ah, okay.
It was
Well,
fun.
yeah, fuck it. If he's got that kind of style, that's going to be good to watch.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I said earlier in the co-main, we got Kai Kara France versus Amir Albazi. Kara France is 24 and 10. I didn't even know that.
Didn't know he had 10
A
losses.
lot of fights. And this Albazi guy is 16 and 1. Let's see how they stack up. 30, 29. There's not really that much difference in between there. Oh, it seems like Kara France is more of a striker and this guy seems a bit more takedown orientated.
Yeah,
Although,
I mean, city kickboxing isn't like super wrestling based, but they got good takedown defense.
this guy's got like a decent, like significant strike accuracy. And then, yeah, he's got like a lot more takedown. He averages like 2.5 takedowns or something like that. And his sub average is 0.82 or something, whereas Kai's is 0.
I mean, we've seen Kai hit though. Like he's one of the only people to really send Cody Garbrandt into the shadow realm.
Yeah, that's also true. No, it's also not true.
No, but Kai does crack. He hits pretty hard.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful, not get fucking sparked out. And
Can
then
you stop calling him Kai like a 4-year-old, please?
what's his name? Kai France.
Kai Kara France.
Nah.
Kai.
I mean, I'd like to see him hold me up.
You said it like 3 times. I'm like, fire, I can't say that anymore.
I mean, I'd suckle from him.
I'd suckle from him. Oh, God. Well, he's got an ample bosom. Anyway, this guy looks real thick for a fucking 125 pounds.
You can't say that. You can't say this guy's got an ample bosom and then just go to the next person and be like, this guy's thick. All right, bro. Fuck.
We are moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, well, like I said, I didn't know fucking Kara Francis had 34 fights. And like you said, 10 losses. Like, that's...
Yeah, I didn't know he had that many losses.
Yeah, he's only 30 years old.
I mean, they fight a fair bit in New Zealand. Have you ever heard the story of like Dan Hooker fighting at heavyweight?
What?
Yeah.
No.
And winning?
And winning?
Yeah. It's like, yeah, so I don't know. They obviously fight a lot in New Zealand. But some guy pulled out and he's like, nah, I'll do it. Yeah, and just fought at heavyweight. He was obviously bigger than he is now.
Yeah.
But like, yeah. He wouldn't have weighed anywhere close to heavyweight.
That guy's a psycho, man.
Kiwi, man. Just loves to scrap.
Yeah, absolutely fiends for it. But do you, I don't know. I have no idea who this other guy is.
No, I don't know. It's hard to. Yeah.
Let's just, going off the stats, let's just make a call and say that fucking, if Kara France fucking cracks him, he's probably going to get it done. But if old mate gets his fucking hands on him on the ground,
Yeah. Yeah.
because I know that Kai's been subbed out a few times, hasn't he?
Yeah, I don't think Kai's got good like jiu-jitsu, but none of them really do.
No, like you said, city kickboxing isn't very like wrestling based. You say they've got good takedown defense, but once you've been taken down, it's a completely different story.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the way you said it, probably spot on. Like if it's like, a striking match, Kaya will probably win, and if it's a grappling match, old mate will probably take it.
Yeah, you would assume so.
Yeah.
I'm just going to try and bring up like the fucking dude. The schedule we're gonna have for next week is gonna be absolutely fucking crazy. So let's just start here, and we've got so that's been cancelled. Interesting. So Nunes versus Irene Aldana in the main event for UFC 289, but the fucking co-main event is the real fight for there. Oliveira versus Beneil Dariush.
Are you? Dariush?
Dariush.
But Neil cracks though.
Yes.
Have you seen the video of him? He's like kind of against the fence, and he just throws like the laziest right hand, and he like,
Who's it against?
I don't know the guy's name, but he fucking murders him.
Oh, I think I do know the one you're talking about.
It's fucking dope.
He just hits him and steps out, hey, and
Yeah.
the old mate just like falls against the fence, hey. He's
Yeah,
just like,
brutal. Yeah, that is a fun fight.
it's going to be a fucking good fight, man. Once again, it's literally just what we talked about. It's like, does Dariush crack him, or does Oliveira fucking python his way onto his back and
I'm pretty sure.
strangle him the fuck out?
I'm pretty sure Dariush has got pretty good jiu-jitsu.
Interesting.
I'm pretty sure. From memory, he's like pretty high level.
That'd be good to see. Anyway, I just wanted to like run through this schedule quickly before we like close out the show
Hit
here,
us.
just to let people know what's going on next week. So there's that, right? Then I'm just going to run through these probably in order of importance. We've got Floyd Mayweather fighting John Gotti's grandson in an exhibition.
John Gotti, the mafia.
John Gotti, the mafia, like the mafioso fucking...
Is he a boxer, this other guy, or is
Yeah, I believe so. His grandson's like somewhat of a boxer.
somewhat boxer, somewhat still in the mafia?
Who fucking knows?
Be mad just to see
Boxing,
Floyd get
fucking
shot in the
mafia.
face. Just
Anyway.
talk shit to a mafia dude and just gets his face blown in.
That'd be fucking great.
Fuck around, find out.
Then we got Sonny Edwards versus Andre Campos for the IBF flyweight world title.
So they finished filming.
Oh, you mean the motion capture for the game? No, there was a game that was just released like fucking completely about Gollum. I assume he did all of the like the motion capture and the facial recognition and stuff.
I thought it was a movie, but that makes more sense.
Yeah, it makes a lot
Okay,
of sense.
so he's coming back to defend his title.
Yeah.
Him and his brother are in some beef at the moment, eh?
He wants to fight his brother. It's the stupidest. Can you imagine being their parents?
Oh, you'd
Like,
just be
why
like,
are you doing this in public? Please stop.
Yeah, just come home.
Like,
Sort
bro,
your beef out.
I can't wait for that. Like them beefing back and forth, and then like TalkSport does an interview with Sonny Edwards' mum, and it's just like they're both fucking idiots. I'll fucking calls them on the interview. Oi, stop talking to your brother like that.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm sorry, mum.
In your fucking room.
Fucking calls Sonny as well. Sorry, mum. Just rubbing his bell.
Yeah.
Come out of that fucking cave. Anyway, we got Jamie Mongoya versus Sergey Derevnichenko. Now, this is a moderately interesting fight because, like, Mongoya hasn't really fought anybody of consequence in his last couple of fights. He's that He's that cunt that Oscar De La Hoya's got at like fucking 40-something wins. He's literally been designed just to overtake Floyd's record. That's how his career has been worked. Like, Oscar had, like, got him at, like, fucking, I think he had, like, 25 wins as, like, a pro or some shit. And Oscar's just given him easy touches ever since then to try and pad his record out so that he can beat Floyd's record of 50-0. It's weird. He's
That's
fucking
so petty, eh?
He's a fucking petty sociopath. You got to appreciate it to some degree.
Do you reckon he
Anyway,
went to the island?
Hmm?
Do you reckon Oscar went, like, to the island?
Fuck off.
100%, eh?
Oscar was one of the people already there.
He built it.
Like, he was the, like, no, not even that. Like, Oscar was one of, like, the abused people on the
He
island.
just never left.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just like, you know what, I kind of like it. You're right. I think I want to go. He's like, oh, you're like, 17 now. It's getting, you kind of got to move on.
Pavlov's dog. Anyway, so, Derevnichenko's a decent fighter. He's the one that, he's fought, Crawford and gave him a bit of trouble.
Well, that's horrible. if you've
Wait,
got,
not
like, a paddock
Crawford. He's
record.
fought somebody else and gave them a bit of trouble. I can't remember who the fuck it was. Somebody. Anyway, it's a good fight for Mongoya. It's a little bit more of a step up in competition.
Yeah.
Something could actually go fucking wrong. And to cap it all off, we have Josh Taylor versus Teofimo Lopez. All in the same fucking day.
All on the same day. That's huge.
All in the same fucking day, man. We've got a massive couple of weeks coming up.
Mm.
Holy
it's
shit. The
been-
week after that, we have fucking Prograde. Wait, what the fuck? Who the fuck is Danielito Zorilla?
Oh, yeah. Paro's out. I
Oh.
thought you boys might have spoken about
No,
that
I didn't even
last
see that.
week. Yeah, Paro, some injury. I don't know
That
what.
sucks.
No,
well,
torn.
Peck.
No. Achilles.
That sucks. Oh, well. Still going to be a decent fight to watch Prograde get on there.
Yeah.
Well, we got Fraser Clark and Vidal Riley fighting. Those are interesting fights.
Gotta miss this
Not
card.
not fighting each other. They're fighting on separate fights. Oh, and actually, the headliner for that card, Adam Azim, he's a good up-and-comer at super lightweight. Very technical. Hits like a fucking truck and trains like a fucking demon. So, one to keep an eye on. And that same weekend, we have Tim Tszyu fighting Carlos Ocampo to
The
pretty
team
much
boy.
fucking make a statement
Yeah.
and send Charlo's pussy quivering back to fucking Derek James's gym.
Who's this guy that is fighting?
Ocampo, he's a decent fighter. I still think Timmy's going to get it done though.
Yeah, I mean,
But yeah, those are the next couple of weeks that we got coming up. Fucking huge, man.
let's be real.
Absolutely
get it
fucking
done.
huge.
Oh, when was
Oh, actually, speaking of which, you just mentioned Savannah Marshall a couple of minutes ago. We've got her going up to super middleweight to fight Franchon Cruz DeZern for all of the titles of that weight class. So she's gone up to 168.
maybe she'll go up, take undisputed, then the guy will go off and be like, "Oh, I want some of this."
Could be.
Maybe Griff will get to see it again.
Is there anything that sends you burning this week, bud?
Yeah. I mean, having a no limits card on a Wednesday night as late as it was, I guess.
Oh, it's starting to really fucking annoy me. Why do they I understand to a degree why they do it because it's like, oh, there's footy on the weekend, but it's like, yeah, but there could be boxing on the weekend too.
Yeah, but how many people don't give a fuck about the footy?
Yeah.
Like me, I couldn't give a flying fuck about the footy. I don't
And
care
it's
if
like,
it's on the weekend.
well, it's even for someone like Froome. Like Froome likes footy, but it's like if you put boxing on, he's gonna watch boxing 100% of the time.
And it's not like it was just like a shitty card with no one on it.
No.
Like, we had Nikita and Ben Bomber, all fucking minute and whatever of it.
Yeah,
and
that's
we
it.
had Parker and whoever he fought all minute
Well,
of that.
that's the thing. You only got 3 minutes worth of fights out of the co-main and the main event.
Yeah, lucky because even they were at fucking 10 o'clock.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not worth your money, and it's not worth staying up that fucking late.
Yeah. I mean, just have them earlier in the afternoon. Be a fucking logical fucking thing to do. Have the fight start at 5 o'clock. The main fight would be on at about 8-ish.
Yeah.
It's reasonable. You're not going to be mad about that. Oh, yeah, whatever, fucking, they probably get delayed like they usually do. And then by the time the fight happens, it's probably going to be 8:30.
Yeah.
You're in bed by 9. Everyone's happy.
Fuck, we're old.
Because I just got shitty and just went to sleep and just woke up and looked at the results in the morning.
Well, yeah, I couldn't even fucking get onto the card, so I fucking...
Yeah, where do you find no limit cards?
On pay-per-view and shit like that, which is another thing. It's just fucking promote the sport, cunt.
Yeah. Get a proper promoter out here for him.
Yeah.
Fuck's no limit. Well, no limit needs to fucking sort this shit out.
Anyway.
I guess no limit. I don't know. We found something though. It's always something.
Slightly grazed Bernie.
Yeah, I mean, it's more just like a fucking, a hindrance, really.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's sanded.
Like my Bernie's just.
It's more just
hindered.
rubbed with a bit of fucking it's a little bit irritated.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say probably. I'd say my Bernie was kind of stroked with baby oil. But there's no discomfort really, but it was just by a dude for one that I really didn't like.
It was more an uncomfortable,
Yeah.
more of a vibe.
Yeah, and I couldn't even
Less than an actual physical
Yeah. Yeah, there's no hurt, but mental hurt.
You know what does hurt, Griff? When people watch our videos and they don't click like and subscribe.
Oh. How can they stop themselves from doing that now?
Well, they can scroll up into the fucking the left-hand corner there and they can click like, hit that bell and be notified of when we post any of our videos. That's on YouTube anyway. But you can also find us at Eggplant Tornado Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, actually, as well now. You can find me somewhere on fucking TikTok, but it's kind of pointless because I live in TikTok prison.
I mean, don't we all?
Yeah, fucking apparently we all do anyway. Fucking have an opinion. Nah, fuck you. And then we also are at the Veggie Bake on YouTube for any of your other worldly opinions and fucking deep ass conspiracy theories.
I mean, they're probably going to only get deeper as we go. Yeah, help us help you. Enjoy yourselves. The Froome will be back next week.
Sure will.
Yeah, family things. And if you're not down with that, we got to work. Alright, we'll see you in a sec. It's all good. Ah. Alright. Okay.
Wingardium Leviosa.